Hi, I'm Mo, and outer space.
And I'm TJ, and uh-oh.
And this is...
It's still new to us, damn it.
Welcome to a Studio Us, damn it. I'm Mo, and he's TJ, he just said, and we're here to watch every movie ever made so we can invite to house parties.
That's right.
Yes.
We're right smack dab in the middle of house party season.
Yes.
Specifically grill, like barbecue outdoor party season.
But unfortunately, we haven't been doing the show for 2 months for some reason, and I've missed plenty of opportunities to invite to house parties. Mm-hmm. Why is that, TJ? Why have we not been doing the show for 2 months?
Oh, because I've been invited to so many parties and was just told that I could only come if I didn't let you know.
What?
I mean, I was pursuing the rest of my master's degree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very time-consuming.
Okay.
Sorry, I get those things mixed up all the time.
Good.
Oh, man, you lost all the color.
Yeah, you scared the crap out of me
your
for a second.
face there. That was jarring.
Luckily, you're done with that school. You never go again. You never learn anything ever again.
I am not going to learn. Here's my plan. I'm not going to learn another damn thing in my life. But I'm also going to become more and more influential in terms of like politics, the world around me. That's good. Yes. That's how things work.
That's great.
Don't listen to the young.
Exactly.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we're back.
Yeah. Hopefully now we'll have a actually scheduled program that TJ's out of school and can actually do this. You know.
When you see me on the street now, no longer am I Jackass. I'm Jackass MBA.
Yes.
Baby.
Way to go.
Yep. But no, that's exciting. I do apologize for the delay here. The good news is that in these 2 months or whatever it's been, nothing new has come out in theaters.
That's good, yes.
So
nothing new has come out. Nothing about vampires.
No dinosaur movies.
No dinosaur movies.
So we haven't lost. We have not lost any ground.
Yes, surprisingly, the president of Hollywood called me. It was like, Michael, I heard you can't do the podcast because TJ's an idiot and went back to school. I said, yes, he is an idiot. That's right. He went back to school. Like, we're gonna have this problem. Like, we can't watch any movies. And it's like, I got you, Michael. Don't worry. No movies for 2 months. Like, no movies for 2 months? Yes. He said exactly.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses.
Wow.
No movies for 2 months until TJ graduates. It's like, oh, thank you, King of Hollywood. What can I do to repay you? And then he said, your immortal soul. And I'm just like, that seems like a lot, but okay, I'll do it. So now the president of Hollywood owns my soul.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did that for me.
Yeah,
for our listeners. Wow.
Exactly.
That is so selfless out there.
I know. I'm a very selfless person.
You are.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that's great. So now movies continue now, so thank you.
At the cost of your internal damnation.
Yeah, exactly.
Small price to pay, I suppose.
That's true.
Before we do get into the movie of the movie du jour, I suppose that we should enter the banter zone.
The banter zone.
A professional production coming soon.
Yes. No, it's not. Don't promise them anything.
Dude, I have so much more free time now.
Oh yeah, can you actually make tunes?
I'll find a way.
You'll find a way?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. All right, that's a promise you made to the audience now. I give up my soul for this show, TJ.
I'm more concerned about how I'll do it without getting sued by Mr. Serling's estate.
You'll be fine.
Or CBS.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, TJ. It's been 2 months. Let's start with you. Have you watched or read anything interesting the past 2 months?
I'm still on the same book that I was, The Fall of Hyperion. I'm halfway through. It is admittedly far longer than the one before it. It's pretty good so far. I enjoy it. Looking forward to finishing that up. Otherwise, just watching the comfort movies, the comfort food stuff, which includes a rotation of Frasier, Star Trek, Twin Peaks, and King of the Hill at this time.
Awesome.
So, unfortunately, I don't really have much new. I did watch The Spy Who Loved Me yesterday, just randomly. I wanted to watch a Bond movie, so I watched The Spy Who Loved Me. It's a good one. I think I always remember it being better, but it's a good one.
That's cool.
Yeah. 70s Bond is a fun era, as long as you don't...
What was The Spy Who Loved Me about? What was that one?
That is the one where a madman who lives underwater and is obsessed with the sea keeps abducting nuclear subs from the Soviets. And
is that the one where the guy explodes, or like he takes like a pill that blows him up?
No, that's Live and Let Die.
Okay.
That's the blaxploitation one with Roger Moore. No, this is the third Roger Moore vehicle. It's the one that introduces the character Jaws.
Okay.
Who I'm sure has absolutely no affiliation with a certain other nautical movie.
Yes.
I did watch Jaws for its 50th anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
That's one of those movies I consider a 6 out of 6.
6 out of 6.
Jaws is a movie I have no notes for. It's perfect. I think the story is great. I think the direction is great. The suspense is great. One day I'm going to compile a list of what I consider, I'll just say 10 out of 10 for the sake of this, where it's literally no notes. Because I think that'd be interesting, a segment, if we did.
Well, yeah, I think so, because you got, like, some movies. You got Back to the Future, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Tremors.
Sure.
Except for one scene. one.
So can it still be a 10 out of 10 though? This is
It
where
could
it gets
be.
hard.
Yes, that's hard.
We'll compile
Well,
a list. How about
If you
that?
think about it, Back to the Future, I don't know. Well, it is a 10 out of 10 movie. I don't know. I watched the Red Letter Media.
It was a good review. I
yeah,
did watch
review of
that,
it. So yeah.
I know it made me want to watch the trilogy again.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you're right. There really isn't anything wrong with it.
True. Yeah. Okay.
But-
We'll do that one day.
Yeah, maybe for the next episode,
Yeah.
we'll do just 5 10 out of 10 movies apiece and see
Yeah.
if there's any overlap.
True.
But anyway, aside from that, like I said, the rotation and today's movie. So no, not anything too crazy. How about
Yeah.
you?
For me, on my letterbox, I try to keep up to what I watched. I have a letterbox called Michael Mosheri. It's all one word. My name, Michael, and then Mosheri, Moceri, capital M's, please. Not TJ's letterbox account, which is, I believe, Mike Mosheri.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Have you actually been keeping up with that, or just okay? That's good.
Yep. I mean, there's still so many things that I
Yes.
have to log that I
True.
have seen.
Still hate that you made another account with this my name.
you should be flattered.
You should. I should be, but I'm not.
You know, people who have their identities stolen are really not seeing the forest for the trees. Somebody else wanted to be you. Look at it that way.
Okay. That's true. Okay, so let's see. I watched a movie called Summer Wars, which is about it's an anime directed by the guy who directed the Digimon movie. Remember the Digimon movie?
I don't. But
Well,
go
just so you
ahead.
know, it's
I'm familiar with Digimon.
yeah, it had the very first scene was before the movie Angela Anaconda, a TV show back in 2000s.
Yeah.
Aired a short before that. And I'll show you a photo of her later. She's terrifying, and it's
Okay.
all about the Digimon movie.
Interesting.
That's great. The Digimon movie was crazy. It was actually I think it was a combination of 3 OVAs, which is original video animation in Japan, and it's combined them together. But he directed the best one, I believe, which is the best animated one. But it's really known for its ska soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the great theme song, which is hey Digimon, champions of the It's just that constantly. I listened to it a while back ago. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I was like, this song's not good. But it has the Body boss tones on it and stuff like that. So
That is, I would not have guessed.
yeah. So this one's about a kid who is pretending to be a boyfriend for his friend who is a girl at the for a family in the countryside, and I believe they have a social network that runs the whole world, and it gets hacked by somebody, and they have to stop it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really well animated. It's amazing. It's not that much of a plot, but it's gorgeously animated. It's so inventive and so crazy. Go check it out. Let's see what else. I watched Thunderbolts.
Oh, I heard that was good.
That was really good. Yes,
Cool.
yes. Really shows you if you just add a little bit of seriousness to the movie, so much better. Just does that you can be funny. That's fine. Just be a little bit serious, and that makes the funnier more funnier.
Good to know.
Lands harder.
Good to know.
I watched a movie called, I believe I pronounced this right, Le Samouraï, or Samurai. It's a famous French film from the 1960s. It's about a hitman who's cold-blooded, really cool, but he gets set up for a job or something like that, and then they're just trying to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was okay. It was good. I didn't fall in love with it like so many people have, but, I got a Criterion a while ago, and I finally said, okay, I'll finally watch it one night, and so I did. Yeah, so it's a really good movie. I suggest you check it out. I'll give it 3.5 stars. It's good.
Cool.
Yeah. I watched Nonas, the Vince Vaughn movie about a group about a restaurant owner who staff is run by Italian grandmothers.
That's amazing.
And I'll say it's okay. Has some heartfelt to it, but it's just okay.
That's exactly what I would have guessed based on your description of it as
Yeah.
a movie with Vince Vaughn. Is he the manager or something?
Yeah,
of
he
this?
owns the place.
He owns the restaurant that's
Yeah.
run by Italian grandmothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched the movie Internal Affairs, I believe the Korean spy thriller, or Chinese, I always forget. I watched it with my dad. I thought there'd be more action in it, but it was still a really good story. It's basically about the Chinese mafia, or a mafia basically make sure that they have members in the police force so that way they can spy on the police. And then the police put someone's in with the Chinese mafia, or Korean mafia. And so it basically tells the tale of those two people who infiltrated each precinct of each society,
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not like a remake of the Richard Gere Internal Affairs, is it?
No, I think that's actually a remake of the movie Internal Affairs, because I think the Korean one was first.
Okay.
By the way, if it's not Korean, I apologize. I just forget which one it is. Let's see. I watched Strange Days, the Catherine Bigelow movie.
Yeah.
It was
I seem to remember
strange. It's about it's you know how in the '90s they didn't know what the internet was.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's about how they think the internet's like going to be people who wear wigs, and those wigs can enter your dreams or something, and you can experience the last person who you have a disc and you input the disc, and they'll have last experience of somebody. Whether it be like a stripper or somebody.
Wow.
Yeah. It stars Ralph Fiennes,
Nice.
and he tries to do an American accent, but it's not convincing at all. So you just know just be British, man. You don't have to. He plays like an LA cop. You're not from California, man. We know this. You don't have to do that. Yeah.
Interesting casting choice.
And Angela Bassett, Juliette Lewis is in it. Tom Sizemore is in it.
Wow, that's a
Spoilers
good
for it.
cast.
You can tell he's the bad guy right away because he wears a ridiculous wig. I'm like, it's Tom Sizemore. It's him.
Rest
It's
in
Tom
peace.
Sizemore, yeah. Rest in peace, Tom Sizemore. I like the juice. The
Yeah?
action is the juice. Yeah. Let's see. I watched a movie called Interstate 60, which actually is directed by Bob Gale, the man who... I forget, did he direct... No, Robert Zemeckis directed it. He produced it. He produced Back to the Future, right? And wrote it.
Correct.
Yes.
But is Bob Gale isn't? No, never mind. I'm thinking of the guy that did Christmas movie for. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. It's basically him just being an old man and be like, the world's a mess. Why isn't the world like this?
I can't wait to reach that age. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can see bits of myself already being
Yeah.
there.
It's basically how come the world's like this? This is bad. And he says, why is the world like this?
It's a valid question.
It's true. It was true. But it was good. It was enjoyable. Had Michael J. Fox for a little bit,
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Basically the Odyssey, it's actually the Homer Odyssey, So a guy goes on an adventure, meets all these interesting people, and something like that.
Kind of apropos to the movie we'll be talking about.
Yes, it is. I watched a 2-minute film called Skate Witches, which is from the 80s, which is this bunch of skate witches who actually female skaters who say they're witches. That's it.
Okay.
That was great. That's a 4-star right there. Yeah, that's a free on YouTube. I watched How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Fantastic.
Nice. I've heard good things.
Yes, Brotherhood of Man. Fantastic number. Whoever performs it.
Yeah.
I watched Daniel Radcliffe, perform it for the Tonys. Did an amazing job. So was the original person. I watched the Matthew Broderick version. He does a good job, but really the secretary, who in the final number, kills it. So if you ever see the Tony performance of that, please go out and watch that. But Robert Morris, original guy, amazing.
Good to know.
Yes. I watched the documentary Pee Wee as Himself.
What's that about?
That's about Paul Reubens, who played Pee Wee. It's about a documentary about himself, how he was gay and hid it for so many years. The many scandals he got in, such as the masturbating in the
it's
in
hard
the thing.
to avoid that.
Yeah. But he claims that the FBI blew it out of proportion. He wasn't masturbating. He was just in a porno theater. Also, I forgot he was accused of child pornography. But luckily, he was clear of that.
Okay.
He owns autoerotic stuff from the 1950s and stuff like that, but none of it's child or anything.
It's like memorabilia.
Yeah, memorabilia, all weightlifting guys and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
None of it's child pornography though. None of it. So he has to clear them of that and stuff like that. He went a Dateline to make sure, but so he lived an interesting life,
Yeah. Oh gosh, definitely. He was an
Yeah.
icon.
We actually feel like he actually had a falling out with Phil Hartman.
That's sad.
Yeah. He
It
goes
is sad.
into Big Top Pee Wee and how that was a failure, how disappointed he was in that, and the show and everything. So he goes into the Christmas special, which is one of the greatest Christmas specials of all time, and goes into what happens after, after the masturbation, after the public masturbation thing, and how he basically found out who Paul Reubens is, and he's more than this Pee Wee Herman.
Sure.
It's actually really good. So I checked that out.
Absolutely.
I watched the new Wes Anderson movie, the Phonoxian Scream, I believe it's called.
Okay.
Yes, it was actually really great.
You liked it?
I loved it. Yes, it was funny. It was I want to say heartfelt, but it was really good. It's Wes Anderson. He's gonna do his thing. I know people are kind of tired of his shtick, but it still works.
Hey, if you like his aesthetic and have the sensibilities for him, I mean, quality is quality.
Yeah, Michael Cera was great. Benicio del Toro was great.
Nice.
Mia Thapperton, who I believe is the daughter of Kate Winslet, was great in it. She would play the main lead role. Steve Martin and Bryan Cranston were in it, and they played basketball, and they had a shooting contest. It was amazing.
Okay.
It was great. They've just like imagine like 1950s athletics. It was exactly like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Was Bill Murray in it?
I believe he was. I forget what role he played though.
He's in all those Wes
Yeah.
Anderson movies.
True. I saw another documentary called "The Best Worst Thing Ever Could Have Happened." It's a documentary about the play "Merrily We Roll Along." It's a Stephen Sondheim play. You know who Stephen Sondheim is?
Yeah.
He's a famous lyricist.
Of course.
Yeah, for Broadway. And I believe Lonnie Prince. Not Lonnie Price. What was his name? Hal Prince. Hal Prince is also a famous producer on Broadway. They made a show. He had a string of hits, but then he made a show called "Merrily We Roll Along," which starred like Jason Alexander, like one of the very first starring roles. It's a play about life, but in backwards. So you start out when you're a success, but really you're not happy when you're an adult because you lost like a lot of your friends. Maybe you sold out, stuff like that, and then it goes backwards into like how you got there.
Sure.
So that. But the thing about this play though, it was not a sounding success. It was kind of panned in the media. It only ran for 22 shows and then it ended. Yes. But now it's become like a famous Broadway play, and it's come back. So now this is directed by the guy who played the original role, Lonnie Price. This is directed by him. He was actually one of the major roles in it. And so now he's just interviewing all the cast members who were in the original production, such as Jason Alexander, and like seeing what the lives went into it and stuff like that. You know, actually, there's a kind of heartfelt tribute of like, you know, you achieved something. Actually, it's kind of like this film. Like, you achieved something. You achieved something in your life. It wasn't a big hit, but you did it. You went on Broadway, you know.
Yeah.
It's one of the major things, and how, like, it changes you no matter what. Even if it wasn't a big success, you did it. You did the thing you always...
Nobody can take that from you.
Nobody can take that from you, yeah. And how it changed your life, and how either for the better or the worse, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So really great. And then the final thing, I finally watched Nashville all the way through, you know. I didn't distract myself with phones or anything like that. I watched Robert Altman's masterpiece, Nashville.
Good. How was it?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen probably from Robert Altman. People say it's his masterpiece. It's basically, remember the episode of The Simpsons where it's like 22 short films about Springfield? That's the movie. Like each character, it's its own main character in its own separate movie, but instead it's all the people together and stuff like that. It's very cynical. It's basically about politics, Nashville itself, the American society, and stuff like that, and also like films.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. So it's no plot. It's basically about how there's going to be a performance for this candidate that's running for office, and that's it. And we're going to meet all the people who will be there and who are going to perform, people who are not going to perform, people who are the audience, you know. And basically, just the story of kind of Nashville. That's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out. I need to see more of Robert Altman.
Yeah, maybe if I watch it again, I'll get it more. But like people consider that his magnum opus, like the best film he's ever released.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's a musical too, right?
No, it does have musical elements though.
Okay.
That people do sing in it, but I wouldn't consider it a musical.
Okay.
You know.
Have you seen MASH? I've always wanted to see
Yes,
MASH.
very mean MASH.
Is it?
Yes, I did not.
I've seen episodes of the show, and I understand that they're different.
Yeah,
They're
different. Yes,
obviously
it's very mean. It's somewhat funny, but it's very mean. It's like, but that's Robert Altman. He's kind of a mean guy. He's just like, he's not gonna pull lightly with humor or anything like that. He's gonna say you suck, and he's gonna tell you why you suck in a very, at least try the humorous way as possible. You know, whether it be mean or not mean. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the world sometimes.
Yeah, like for instance, okay, so Margaret Houlihan, you know, Hot Lips, okay? She in the TV show, she's a stickler for rules and stuff like that, and she's annoying, and everybody, you know, but she really sleeps with everybody. In the movie, she is annoying, but she doesn't play it up. Like, they don't do it long enough to show that she's annoying, she's a bad person. They do it a little bit, but, you know, they don't really do that. So you see her, it's like, yeah, and the pranks he pulled on her, because in the TV show, it's lighter. This one is not. It's very mean. It's like, even if she was a mean person, you would still feel bad that it happened to her.
Sure.
So, yeah.
It makes sense. The TV show, you have to elongate and personify.
Yeah.
You know, you have to give more characteristics.
Robert Altman's all like, no, everything's shit. Like, this is the army's stupid, war is stupid, so I'm going to show you how stupid it is. And yeah.
Despite how funny the show could be, they weren't
Yeah.
really there. For,
Even like I think you're seeing like even the good people are bad, so it doesn't matter. Like so.
Yeah, I could see. I would like to see that movie just for the cynicism that the show certainly had, but yeah, I just for some reason I've never watched the movie. I'd love to watch it.
Yeah.
So they took this guy who's harsh critic of basically anybody where he sees fit, and they said make Popeye.
Make Popeye. Yeah.
Exactly. I told you last time. I think I mentioned last time I watched The Long Goodbye. Did we talk about that?
Oh yes, we did.
Great movie.
That's an amazing movie. That's actually one of my favorites of him. Yes.
And you know what's funny is like a lot of purists, because we also watched Farewell, My Lovely.
Yeah.
A lot of Philip Marlowe purists hated that movie.
Yeah, because he's a loser.
Right.
He's the biggest loser of all time. He's just like
the Big Lebowski. He's
yeah.
the dude. He's a dude. Slacker.
Yeah.
And a chain smoker.
Yeah, but he's such a loser that he somehow is cool. Like any surface he can just let a cigarette on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about anything. He knows life's shit, and even when he does care, he realizes he gets screwed in the end. So fuck it,
Yeah. No, okay. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't brush on Robert Altman here, and I didn't bring that up in case we hadn't spoken.
Yeah, like you want to be Richard Marlowe, but you don't want to be him because his cat treats him like shit, and he does not care about.
He's
anything.
neighbors with these hippies that are just constantly walking around naked. And
he does not care. TV show wise, nothing new. I gotta give it a YouTube or something. The YouTube shorts is sucking my brain dry.
There's some truth to that, I think,
yeah.
But I know how that goes.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
But I was sick recently, and
good.
I watched. Oh, thank you. I watched Murder She Wrote. I just kept on watching Murder She Wrote.
Nice.
Yes.
How do you like it?
It's great.
Do you know that it was created by the guys that made Columbo?
No, actually,
Link and.
I don't think I did. Yeah.
I can't believe that. I think that's amazing that those guys just were so wired to write that. I guess just murder mysteries. How somebody comes up with be it Agatha Christie or these guys.
Because what did they do? They did a movie before they did Columbo,
Levinson
right?
and Link. That's who it was.
They wrote a movie I think before that. It was a really actually famous movie.
They created it with another guy, but yes.
Yeah.
That is. I just thought that was incredible, especially considering just how different the shows are.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
They had. Are you talking about the stage play that had the Columbo character in it?
Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty sure
know.
they did a movie before, and maybe they did the movie after. I don't know, but yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah. It's just fun seeing the 1980s. It's just it's great.
Yeah, I love the older. It's so funny. I'm not fully rejecting the modern aesthetic, but I think I've seen enough franchise movies, and I think this isn't a fresh take. Everybody's getting kind of fatigued by I didn't even realize there was a new Jurassic Park or Jurassic World until this week, and not even that Scarlett Johansson was in it. I honestly had no idea.
Yeah.
I am so checked out of that series especially.
I know.
But I have I was just actually talking about this with my brother the other day about how in my world Jurassic Park is great and The Lost World is a fun sequel, and that's about all I need from that franchise. When they came out with Jurassic World, I was really excited, but all it was a warmed over reheat, leftovers basically of Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah.
It's like how the Star Wars Force Awakens was a soft reboot.
Yeah.
To me, that's even more of a crime than a remake. Don't have some balls, try something new. Obviously, again, not a fresh take, but watching stuff watching. The Planet of the Apes is a great example.
Yeah.
The original Planet of the Apes is a really profound, well-made, and just interesting movie on so many levels. And the second one, it just would never get made today. You've got subterranean mutants with a nuclear bomb worshiping it, and it's just.
Yeah, both those old TV movies though, not theatrical release, or
it was theatrical release.
Oh, really?
This was in an era too where they would say, "Hey, go make another one." You get a smaller budget. Too.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they operated like that or why, but that's how they did.
And even the remakes does something new with it. So yeah.
Correct. And I think that's largely because of that precedence. Say there was just the original Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes, and then they remade that now and then did a franchise. You know that those sequels would be soulless and they would be by the numbers.
Yeah.
I get that sense anyway. So all I'm saying. Having gone and especially with this podcast, looked at other eras of filmmaking, I love older aesthetics. I've really just come to love originality, even if it's a movie that doesn't stick with me. What was that William Hurt one where he becomes the monkey or whatever?
Oh yeah,
the ape man.
What was it?
Species or not?
No,
Species,
in Species that's.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Damn, that's gonna bother
Elements?
me.
No, what was it called?
Regardless, you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is just something so out of
Altered
left.
States. That's
Altered
what,
States.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. Just something so out of left field, and even if it wasn't my highest of recommendations, it was something that I can at least. Maybe I don't remember the title. I certainly remember the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. You remember that it became an ape man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I will
I did
doubt
not
I will
see that
ever
coming.
forget it.
Yeah.
So no, I love exploring different eras of film, and I've really grown to love the older aesthetic. Anyway, sorry to derail
Yeah.
things there.
Yeah, and that's about it. I've been literally trying to finish a book about a fake band from Scotland for about a year or so now, and I'm almost done with it. I gotta finish it, but but that's about it. I got so many books I gotta read still.
Same.
Yeah.
And I have to fight the temptation every time I go to Second and Charles.
Yeah, I
or whatever
know.
To buy 6 more.
I know, yeah,
It's hard.
definitely. Yeah, but that's about it. So I guess we should exit the banter zone. I can't whistle.
I can. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Okay, TJ, let's get into our movie, I guess. For this week's movie, we have Inside Llewyn Davis. Am I right about that, or did I mess up? Did we mess up and I did the same movie?
England is mine, actually.
Oh, good.
No, you are correct.
I was worried about that. I was like, I wonder if TJ's watched the other movie.
No, it was Inside Llewyn Davis.
Okay, good. Yeah.
We both flipped a coin and came up with the same result and watched the same movie this
Good,
time.
thank God. Yes, Inside Llewyn Davis, released 2013, directed by Joel Cohen and Ethan Cohen this time. Actually directed by both brothers, not by one. Which I don't know if that's every movie they do or just some
I think
movies
it's
they
a
do.
lot. I to be honest, I'm not.
Yeah, did they both direct No Country for Old Men, or just one of them directed and one of them produced it and wrote it? Also?
I feel like it's kind of. I feel like it kind of equates to the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like, do you want to take credit this time for directing or producing?
Yeah.
I almost get that sense. Aside from what was it, Hail Caesar, they really have never ventured apart too many
until now,
times.
recently.
Until now.
Yeah, because Runaway Dolls and I think it's called the Hey Honey or something like that.
I thought
He's releasing a trilogy of. I think Joel Cohen's releasing a trilogy of lesbian road movies.
Okay.
Like Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill, and stuff like that. Like Russ Meyer films.
Sure.
Except with way less sex.
Sure.
And
A little bit of class.
middle class, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Joel and Ethan Cohen directed and wrote this. Barton Fink and the Lady Killers, the remake of the 1950s film, I believe, or 60s. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is considered, I think, the worst movie they released. Yes.
It's often considered that, yeah.
Yeah. Starring Oscar Isaac, Ex Machina, and Sucker Punch. So I'll use Zack Snyder heads. Yeah.
Quick sidebar.
Yeah.
My brother is literally not going to see Superman.
He's not? What? Because of Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
He's a Snyder bro?
Yeah. And I tell him, you got to stay off Twitter, man.
Yeah. The woke mob's
just
already...
have some fun, dude.
It's already woke, according to the media, so yeah.
I've always thought Man of Steel, and I love all different interpretations of the character. Man of Steel, I like Cavill, but I think the movie is aggressively mid.
Yeah.
It's not Cavill's fault, but I wish that he would just go see the damn movie. Just have fun. It's an event.
Why do you like Snyder so much? Is it because it's just
I don't know, and I will admit, Dawn of the Dead I liked.
Yeah, that's a movie he didn't write though.
True.
Yeah, that was James Gunn actually.
He's true. I know that's the
Yeah,
funniest.
yeah.
But the cognitive dissonance, they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I know. All I will say is I think that Zack Snyder is good at what he knows. His thing sometimes works for me. Most of the time, it's the cinematic equivalent of Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. It's a certain flavor.
Yeah.
People like it, great. But why are they so cult-like?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
But I'm sorry. Anyway, go on. Ex Machina, great movie.
Yes.
by the
Sucker
way.
Punch, not.
Yeah.
According to some. I've not watched it.
I haven't either.
I just know it's about a mental asylum and they
It looked
fight
great,
in
I don't
not
know.
a real world or something like that. I think that's because it looks so good. It looks
Correct.
good. You're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome.
Trailers looked awesome.
Yeah.
And then it came
Then
out.
it just came out. It's like, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot one day. I don't know. Idea. Carey Mulligan, promising young woman, or promising young woman, as I wrote down.
Commenting young
Yes,
woman.
promising young woman, and The Great Gatsby, the 2013 version.
That's right. She
Yeah.
was Daisy.
Yes, he was.
Forgot about that.
John Goodman, True Stories, and King Ralph.
Those are the two movies I think about every time I
Yeah.
think of John Goodman.
True Stories and King Ralph, yes. Garrett Hudland, who I believe played guy who drove John Goodman and him to Chicago.
Correct.
Yeah.
He was,
I'm surprised he got
Johnny Five.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got like a thing on Wikipedia. He was on the top build.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a bunch of characters, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Garrett Hudlin, Friday Night Lights, and Country Strong.
Ooh.
Yes, what's her name? Who's the Goop lady? She plays Pepper Potts in Iron Man.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, the Paltrow.
The Goop lady?
Yeah, she was like her ultimate star vehicle. That was her.
Candles.
That was her Oscar bait, and it just failed immediately. It was like, nope.
God, you gotta kind of love that when it
Yeah.
happens.
True. F. Murray Abraham, Scarface, and Star Trek Insurrection.
That's right.
Yes. Justin Timberlake, The Social Network, and Bad Teacher. Yes. And Adam Driver, Black Klansman, and Megalopolis.
Very good.
Yes. Which I forget which character he played. I know Audrey Plaza plays a character called Wild Platinum in that movie.
In Megalopolis?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
No, I wanted to watch it in theaters, but I don't know. I just sometimes I want to see Sinners, but I'm just like, I just don't want to go to the movies.
We're going to start going to, now that I'm done with this nonsense school, we're going to start going to see evening movies from time to time.
That's cool.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I need to see more modern movies.
That's true.
occasionally.
I watched some, let's see. I went to go see a movie. What was it? I forget, but I've seen some movies. I try to go to make sure it's a few weeks out, it's already been out for a month or something, so that way I don't get huge crowds or anything like that.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, definitely.
Good thinking.
Oh, I watched Pavements, the documentary the movie about the band Pavement.
Okay.
Yeah, which is let's see, it's a documentary, it's a fake movie about the band Pavement, and it's also a musical about the band Pavement. All into one.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that's who's in Inside Llewyn Davis and who made it. But TJ, what is Inside Llewyn Davis? Can you please tell us?
Buckle up and I'll tell you. In 1961, Greenwich Village folk singer Llewyn Davis spends his days playing cafe gigs and his nights couch surfing among an ever-dwindling pool of friends, family, and academics who, despite celebrating his talent, may or may not see him as an equal. Llewyn seeks mainstream success, but his self-importance, selfishness, and brash attitude continually cause him trouble and alienate him from those who help him the most. For instance, one evening, following a performance at the Gaslight Cafe, a spot showcasing up-and-coming folk acts, Llewyn is beaten physically by a patron who accuses the singer of being a loudmouth the night before. On a different occasion, Llewyn accidentally lets his friend's cat out of their apartment while leaving in the morning. Unable to rehouse the cat once the door is closed behind him, Llewyn brings the feline along with him on his daily travels, which see him end up at the home of friends Jim and Jean, a folk duo currently enjoying more success than Llewyn. When Jean, who has grown increasingly resentful of Llewyn's reliance on the pair, tells Llewyn that she's pregnant with a baby that's possibly his thanks to a recent tryst behind Jim's back, he assures her that he'll come up with the money for an abortion. To do this, he accepts a studio session job offered by Jim, in which he helps record an anti-space travel novelty song. Offered either royalties or an upfront $200 payment, Llewyn accepts the latter. Upon visiting a doctor acquaintance through whom Llewyn had previously brokered the same procedure, the physician informs him that he need not pay for Jean, since Llewyn has a credit from the last woman he knocked up, who opted to keep her baby and return to her family in Akron, news which blindsides the singer. Sensing increasing hostility from Jean, Llewyn distances himself from her and Jim and opts to return to the Gorfiends, his academic friends, for shelter. But when he insults them at a dinner party and ultimately returns the wrong cat to them, he has effectively burned the last bridge he had in Greenwich Village, and he hits the road to Chicago to try out for the high-powered agent Bud Grossman. His traveling companions include the impassive beat poet Johnny Five, the heroin-addicted jazz musician Roland Turner, and the scrotumless cat he'd mistaken for the Gorfines. Toward the end of their trip, Roland succumbs to an overdose and Johnny is arrested, prompting Llewyn to ditch the car and the cat and hitch the rest of his way to Chicago. There he auditions for Grossman, who tells him with brutal honesty that his style doesn't translate to mainstream, aka financial, success, and he offers the singer a place in a trio he's assembling, an offer which Llewyn declines. He catches a ride back to New York and drives significant stretches so that the car's owner can sleep. On one of his shifts behind the wheel, he accidentally strikes a ginger cat similar to the one he abandoned. But when he exits the car to look for it, he sees it limp into a nearby forest. Back in New York and in financial dire straits, Llewyn relents and pays his back dues to the Merchant Marine Union for whom he previously worked. However, while visiting his sister to retrieve his seaman's license, he finds that she threw it away, per his earlier wish that she discard his belongings. Completely destitute, Llewyn visits Jean, who tells him that she got him an upcoming gig at the Gaslight. The night before this, Llewyn talks with Poppy, the cafe's owner, who reveals that he also has slept with Jean. Drunk and emotional, Llewyn heckles the performer until he is expelled from the Gaslight. With no other options, he returns to the Gorfines, who compassionately welcome him back. When he sees that their cat, Ulysses, has returned on his own volition, Llewyn appears relieved. The next evening, he performs at the Gaslight a reprise of the film's opening, which reveals that the man who beat him up for being a loudmouth is the husband of the performer he previously heckled. As the man leaves Llewyn lying in the alley, the singer bids him au revoir. In the end, some melancholic hilarity, something which only the Coens can create, ensues.
Wow. Thank you, TJ.
You are welcome.
A+.
Oh, thank you.
Now back to F, because I can.
He takes and he takes and he gives away.
Yes, I do.
Did I miss any plot points?
No, you didn't. You got it right.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
I watched the movie with subtitles, so I didn't miss anything.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right, TJ. You selected the Coens for this one. I believe I selected fucked up kids films for my.
Yes.
Which luckily we watched all of them.
It's been a long time, and I was thinking about this last night. I will say, I remember your picks pretty thoroughly, actually.
Yes.
Except the Magic Castle one. That one sucked.
Yeah, that one
The other two I actually remember better than I should.
Yes, we all remember Tommy Trickster.
Tricker.
Fucking terrible name. I thought it was Trickster.
No,
it was Tricker.
It should have been.
Oh, yes, that's what he said, yeah. And then it was, what was it?
Got any stamps, man?
Got any stamps?
Need some stamps.
Need some stamps. Then what was the second one?
It was the Dirt Bike Kid.
The Dirt Bike Kid.
Ralphie.
Yes, he saved a hot dog stand.
Correct.
With dirt bikes somehow.
Correct.
Yeah.
With the hot dog stand with a staff that was begging for it to be shut down the way that the owner let the kids treat it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say I did remember those, and I think that the Dirt Bike Kid was the last one we reviewed.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Wow. There was no segue. Actually, there was. I guess there was a 2-month buffer, but
yeah.
Really weird segue between episodes.
True.
Here.
Yes.
Yes, I selected this as part of my Coen.
Of course, we are watching like movies of people who considered the best directors in the past, like what, 30 years, 25 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to stock. So yeah.
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 Absolutely.
You know, I think Coens would love the Dirt Bike Kid. I think they'll love it.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely. All right, TJ, why Inside Llewyn Davis?
Simple. It was one of the Coen brothers movies I had not seen. A more modern one. I mean, it's actually crazy to me that it's now 12 years old because I remember this coming out in theaters. My ex-girlfriend, I wanted to see it. For whatever reason, she didn't at the time, and I never saw it. I don't know why. I never saw it. I almost thought, because I've always loved the Coens, specifically at the time, the comedies.
Yeah.
I love their drama movies too, don't get me wrong, but I always, especially at the time, was more a comedy person. And so I think this movie looked so super serious.
Yeah.
Based on trailers, the trailers I think do a good job of not showing the hand.
Yeah.
Because what they showed was this is like a struggling musician and you're going to watch him struggle.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'll just tip my hand now, what I loved about this guy's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, dude.
He deserves every bit of it.
That's true, yeah.
Like,
you feel kind of bad for him sometimes.
Maybe he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But he very actively makes things worse for
yeah.
himself.
I don't know. I feel like he's been just such beat down that like every bunch he makes, you understand. You
right.
know?
And when the movie was coming out, I had the fear that, oh my gosh, I'm just going to watch a guy during the worst part of his life just struggle and get kicked down and try and persevere and get kicked down some more. And it's like, no, this guy he gets kicked down, but then he shoots himself in the foot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True,
and
yeah.
I thought that was a really nice subversion of expectations,
yes,
so to speak.
It was.
Did you know anything about this one?
No, I did not. I thought it was going to be like a regular, like music film, no matter what. You're going to see a guy get knocked down, and then he's going to get back up, and then he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
But halfway through the movie, I realized this guy's not going to succeed at all. It's going to be total failure.
Yeah, and
So yeah, you know, you hear like people go to New York to get famous all the time. They fail all the time. Usually we see movies about, you know, like, oh, this guy's never going to make it. Then he makes it.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave us literally the tale of the guy who is never going to make it. They gave us they was just like, this guy's never going to make it, and like yeah, he is never going to make
and
it.
in retrospect, shame on me, shame on us for expecting this to be a paint by number. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
true.
the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they were just going to make a standard, vanilla, forgettable music. It's not a biopic, obviously,
No.
but like a story like that, a biographical, fictional biographical movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It really was not what I expected it to be. You know, the music scenes were there, and
Yeah.
I thought that we'll get into the music in a little bit. But yeah, I was very happy to find out that it was not just some standard melancholy. Like, it actually had a lot of humor in it.
Yeah.
Which again, probably should have.
Not humanity, just like not just like, you know, being good to one fellow man, just like where it's like actually be a human, you know,
Yeah.
just like it's probably
It's a
gonna
great period piece too, because you mentioned the stereotype of like the people going to New York for success and finding, oh my gosh, I'm in a sea of people just like me.
Yeah.
This takes place in '61. This is prior to the Beatles. This is prior to Bob Dylan. This
Yeah.
is prior to so many big names that it's feasible to expect, especially back then when the country's population was a lot smaller. It was feasible to think, I have this talent. I
Yeah.
can take this and I can make it my living.
Yeah, this is like right before the folk boom, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And what this movie will highlight numerous times is that Llewyn Davis is incredibly talented.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between being a musician's musician, right? Somebody
Yeah.
that other musicians respect, and a pop musician
That's
that
true.
the masses will listen to. Brainless, what the dead Kennedys call sugar-coated, mindless
Yeah.
garbage.
You know, what
Right.
Bob in Indiana would listen to, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, and from therein lies
know.
his frustration.
Because we see it in, you know, the professor, like, friends, you know, the high
Tim and
school-
Jean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tim and Jean, yeah.
Oh, the academics.
The academics, yeah,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
both of
they
them,
like
yeah.
him because he's eccentric and stuff. But you see, like, the couples living in, it's basically the same couple again, but different
Yeah.
ways, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
absolutely
like,
right.
these are the people who will listen to it, and you know,
The
the pot-
Gorfines, yeah, they're
Yeah, the
definitely,
Gorfines, yeah, the ba-
definitely more into
Yeah.
the art side of the music,
yeah.
right?
But the friends are not. They're just like academics who, I don't know, probably don't listen to folk music, or they probably listen to classical music. I have no idea.
well, they probably look at it as poetry.
Po-
See, I think
yeah.
they actually, the professor and his wife,
Yeah.
I actually think that they are there to show that this is intelligent music. It's good poetry. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not something that, like you say, Bob from Indiana. Sorry, Bob from Indiana.
Yeah.
But you're just not going to listen to.
Exactly.
Hell, I don't even gravitate to folk. I love,
Yeah, exactly.
I like Bob Dylan. I like
True.
the hits, but I'm not going to act like I know his discography and celebrate it.
That's true, yeah.
The music in this, which was actually performed by Oscar Isaac,
Yes.
is very good.
Yes, it was performed by everybody, mostly, except for like one song. But like, yeah, Isaac, Timberlake, Mulligan, and Driver performed all the music themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like. Yeah, so he's got these two couples, right? The academics who I think see the merit in his work and they celebrate it, and I think to a degree they do kind of pity him because
Yeah.
they realize this is never going
They also
be
kind
marketable.
of use them a little bit to
A
show
little
like
bit.
we're cool. We got like a
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have this tie to a hot up and coming Greenwich
Yeah.
Village.
I will say, when he
Artist.
first woke up in the apartment, I was like, I've watched a show called The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
I think that's the exact same apartment they use for that
Oh.
TV show. Yes, I believe so. I could be wrong about that, but it was exactly the same.
You
So-
know that's Lois Lane now.
Yes, that's true.
Rachel
yes.
Brosnahan?
Yeah, Rachel Bonson. Bonahan, I believe.
Okay.
Could be wrong. We'll find out later.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Go see Superman.
Yeah.
Tell James Gunn that we sent you.
Yes.
But then, yeah, so you've got the academics, and then his friends Jim and Jean
Yeah.
are another
Well,
nice highlight because
yeah.
they are folk music, but as Poppy, the club owner, will
Yes,
explain
true.
later,
Yes.
they have
They're doing like a little bit better. I'm not saying like they're way better than him, but like
a better trajectory.
yeah, at least
And-
like a little bit, you know.
And as the club owner explains, some of the people want to fuck Gene and
Yeah.
some of them want to fuck Jim.
Yeah.
But what they also do that's different is, and it's shown in that space novelty song, Please Mr. Kennedy, which if
Yeah.
you don't watch anything else in this movie, go to YouTube and search Please Mr. Kennedy. It is such a treat. Justin Timberlake, Oscar Isaac, and Adam Driver are
Yes.
phenomenal
Just
performing
watch
it.
the Adam Driver part and you'll be like, yeah, this is great.
And before they play it, Llewyn Davis is saying, oh, I appreciate you getting me this job, but who the hell wrote this stupid song? And
like-
I did. And I think that highlights like him understanding.
Yeah.
We need to, if we want to make this a career, I mean, you do have to go pop a little bit.
Yeah, or at
And
least that's Jim's. But like him
Correct.
is just like I'm an artist. I'm not gonna.
Correct. And
I'm gonna
Llewyn
play the songs that are from my heart, not just.
Yeah, well,
muscle
Llewyn
rap.
Davis to the end, for all his foibles, he does not betray what he wants to be.
True.
He does not. Unfortunately, he does a lot of things to sabotage himself, but he does not change who he is. So,
Yeah.
one thing I did miss in my synopsis, I did not think of where I could put it, is that, so the whole movie they kind of allude to it. He had a partner
Yes.
that they actually did cut some albums, or at least one album.
Was his name Paul? Right?
He was named
Or Mitch? I forget.
Mike Timlin.
Mike Timlin,
And he
yes.
was voiced by the lead singer of Mumford and Son.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who is Carey Mulligan's husband? I believe.
Oh, in real life? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Gotcha. Oh, that brings things full circle.
True.
Everybody's sleeping with Gene. But and there's like kind of an overtone of like, I don't know, he just hasn't like sorted out how he feels
Well,
about it.
I think this is it. Like, I don't know if Mike and Llewyn were going to be the next big thing, but I think people were like, this is the next thing. This is it. Like, everybody likes Mike and Llewyn,
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, unfortunately, we find out, passed away. I thought, like, Mike left and became, like, a somewhat more
Yeah.
successful solo
That's
artist.
what
But
I-
no,
yeah.
he jumped off the not the George Washington Bridge. It's not Brooklyn Bridge, yes. Yeah. He jumped the George Washington Bridge. And now Llewyn Davis has to find out who he is without Mike. Because everybody loved Mike. Even
Seemingly,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even or Bud Grossman, F. Murray Abraham's character, the high-powered agent,
Yeah.
says, "Get a partner."
Yeah. He had a partner.
You're talented, obviously. He says, "Get a partner." I
You
had
know.
one. And he says, "Well, I'm not surprised."
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know. Like, when you hear him sing, like, this is beautiful. Like, who doesn't think this is great? But I don't know. I'm singing it the way through, like, F. Murray Abraham's character. He's seen thousands of guys just like just like Llewyn Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Just like him. He can sing good. He's got good songs, but maybe he just doesn't have that it factor. I don't
Right.
know. We don't know what that it factor is exactly, but he just doesn't have it. Maybe
Right.
with him and Mike, yeah. But with just him, no. You get, like, Paul Simon and Garfunkel. Garfunkel's good, but if you just have Garfunkel, it's just Garfunkel.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need Paul Simon's songwriting. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the sense that maybe he was the Garfunkel of the group,
Yeah.
or just, again, they needed each other.
They need each other. Now, I'm not saying they were successful. Even in the beginning, he was like me and Mitch want some successful artists. We want that successful. Like, why is this not moving?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so yeah, but they had something. Because everybody misses Mike. I'm gonna call him Mitch, but his name's Mike. Everybody misses him. Carey Mulligan's character misses him. The wife is like, that's why he got angry, because like you sang his part.
Yes, when
It's like,
he's
I
at
miss
the-
Mitch. Like, we all like.
When he's at the
Yeah.
Gorfines' house and performing for their guests, and he does rightfully point out, like, I'm not a puppet or whatever. He gets mad because Mrs. Gorfine is singing Mike's part of the
Yeah.
song, and that's when he has a crash out, so to speak, and yells at her.
Yeah.
And then she comes back with this is not our cat. Where's the scrotum? Where's the scrotum, Llewyn? There is no scrotum. Which got a big laugh out
Yeah.
of me. And then otherwise, that's nice Coen Brothers work right there. You cut the drama and the uncomfortable scene. Like, nobody likes seeing fighting, right? Like
Yeah.
that verbal sparring, and they come in with that. This cat has no scrotum line. That was very good.
Yeah.
So, what kind of relationship do you think he and Mike had?
I think they had like the relationship that anybody who wants to have a dream like that has. Like you find a person who you match with greatly. Maybe they would write songs together and they just got each other, and then they perform these songs. People would love them, and they think this is it. This is going to be a big break, and then real life happened, and he killed himself, and now you have to figure it out. But everybody misses Mike, and so does he, obviously, and that's still affecting him. And he's trying to move on because this is all he has now.
Yeah.
So he has to figure out a way to do this, and he's trying everything he can. And unfortunately, it's not enough because he's not. He realized I think he knows that, he couldn't do it even with he couldn't do it without Mike, no matter what, because he was the, I think Paul Simon. Garfunkel, maybe Mike was the songwriter, or maybe he was the guy that had the it factor, and he's not the it factor,
Yeah.
No matter what, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I think the real through line in this movie is that talent is not, can only get you so far.
Yeah.
Right? Obviously, you need some kind of muse or avenue just to make yourself marketable.
Yeah.
And
For instance, in the beginning we saw the army man, the guy who was saying this guy's just fresh out of the army. He's I got a gig in Chicago, because of F. Murray Abraham's character. People say he has the it factor.
Mm-hmm.
He can sing well. I'm not going to say he's not a good singer. He is a great singer.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the it factor is between him and Llewyn Davis.
I think that they kind of allude to that when Llewyn Davis asked if he met Elvis. At the time, I think you could have a little bit of marketability there because Elvis made the army not look cool per se, but he made it a look.
Maybe he has a more clean-cut image than Llewyn.
Probably. I mean,
because you think Llewyn's very cynical, very mean. This guy's an upstanding soldier.
Yeah.
He's,
Well, again, 61. This is pre-Beatles America.
Yeah, this is pre-everything. So
the
it's
Beatles
still
were a big deal with their mop hair.
It's still 1950s kind of America. According to Animal House, 1962 was the last year of American decency or something. So it's just So
according to the Book of Animal House.
Yeah, the Book of Animal House. Yes. He was a chivalrous looking guy. He wrote songs that filled with pain and heartbreak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And maybe, people don't want pain and heartbreak. They want pop hits, especially back then. So
very, very good point. And I love his line about, what does he say? If it's not new, but it's, not old either, then it's a folk song or whatever that line is. That is how this movie feels. Yes, it doesn't spoon feed you the time period. It doesn't say, oh, looks like Mr. Kennedy is trying to invade Cuba. They don't do stuff like that. They have the song featuring Mr. Kennedy. They have at the end of the movie Bob Dylan, very briefly. But aside from that, it makes you put yourself in the time period, and like folk music, finds a way to make itself timeless between its aesthetic, its characters, and the way that they speak and interact. I think this is all. It's like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Frankly, which was kind of based and inspired around the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true, yeah.
And how this is another Coen Brothers staple, are these goofy supporting characters, be it his original
these
agents.
challenges are always in his way. In this one, it's, Oh Brother Out There, they escape prison, then they meet the Harpies, and
the Cyclops.
They need money.
Yeah.
They need
Goodman,
money.
yeah.
They need money, so then they hit a record, and then they had to...
What kind of record was that? That was a pop song.
That was a pop song.
The Soggy
But back then,
Bottom
of course, it was bluegrass, but
true.
Back for 1930s,
popular
yeah,
music,
definitely,
I mean. But anything that sounded polished in that time, I'm sure could have a good chance. But it's kind of similar in that regard, except way more melancholic.
Yeah,
right?
His challenges is his partner died.
Yeah.
The girl that he actually really likes is pregnant with maybe his son or daughter. We don't know. He doesn't have any money.
Well, think about it. What's the root of all his problems? It's the 6 inches between his ears. It's him.
Yeah.
It's 100% him.
Yeah.
Just like the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou characters.
True.
Essentially.
It is him.
They were criminals. They broke the law.
And they got out 6 months because the real reason is because his wife was going to get remarried, so he tricked 2 people into running away. So that's why they're in the situation.
Which I could talk about that movie at length. I love
true.
that movie.
I do love it.
So I will try not to. But
my mother hates it for some reason. I have no idea why.
That's the closest to the mainstream.
I don't know. Sometimes if you ask my mom about something, she's like, "This is stupid." Like Roseanne, she hates Roseanne. I don't know why. I don't know.
Hey, to each their own.
I don't know.
I love Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and I saw a lot of parallels to this, just thematically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And one other interesting point, the cat who ended up being named Ulysses is kind of significant in that Ulysses was the Americanized when the Odyssey was kind of made Americanized in like a novel for like school children. It was called Ulysses, and the character was renamed Ulysses.
I didn't know that.
Similarly, there's the famous James Joyce novel Ulysses, which is literally just about like I've never read it. It's very famous. I think it's a businessman or some employee like on his lunch hour walking around the city, and it's just such a densely layered book. Just the goings on. It's like it paints this wild canvas of the city.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like comparing this 10-minute work break to the Odyssey type of thing. Again, I could be way off.
No, I think you're on something. I think you're on something.
I do want to read it one day. It's apparently very hard to approach if you're not Irish and you don't know the parlance of the time.
Okay.
Regardless, I thought that Ulysses, the cat name, it was very Coen Brothers.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, and it is the journey of this. He's going through the city. He's seeing all the different people and stuff like that. He's trying to go different places just to see, but it's not working out. And then
again, he can't get out of his own damn way.
True.
Between being rude to the people that are helping him, knocking up his friend's wife, for which he has to take that upfront money to record the song. Later, we find out that the song is going to be a big hit, and he's missing out on a ton of royalties.
Well, could be a big hit. I mean, one guy just said it's going to be a big hit.
Sure, but it's got the makings of it.
Yeah, and that's going to be the one novelty song that's going to last them for a little bit. I don't think it's going to be like a one that's going to be.
It'll be a flavor.
Yeah, it'll be a flavor of the week, and then.
And obviously, when you name drop a president, you have a limited time, but also. The movie only covers a week, I think.
Yeah.
They do that intentionally. So obviously that's their way of conveying, hey, he shot himself in the foot there.
It makes him seem like it's longer than it actually is. Because it's probably been only like 2 days or 3 days or something like that.
Yeah.
But it feels like a whole week.
Another example. Earlier in the movie, he visits his sister to borrow money.
Yeah.
And, he can't stop swearing in front of his nephew. And he's just no regard for her house rules. But he asks for money, and she gives him his belongings, right? And he says, "No, I don't want them. Get rid of them."
Yeah.
Later in the movie, when he rejoins the Merchant Marine Union and pays his back dues, turns out his seaman's license was in that.
Yeah.
So again, he did that to himself.
That's true. Yeah.
He has nobody to blame at the end of his day but himself.
That's true.
And I do get the hint that at the end, once he realizes that Ulysses found his way home. I do think that he changes inside because after that he gets his ass kicked, and again, it's all up to interpretation.
It's over. That's the change. That's that's his hero's journey. That's the journey he went through.
Yeah,
Just
I
had this dream. I realized my dream's over, and when he says, "See you later," or
au
revoir, he's like, that's not just to the guy. That's to everything else. That's to New York. Everything. He's gonna go back. My guess from the performance, he got the $85. He's gonna go on the ship. Unfortunately, I don't know. It's going to be like one of those guys, based on Bruce Springsteen's song, a guy who had dreams but failed and now is going to work hard and maybe become an alcoholic and have kids and, it's going to be a bad dad. I don't know. But we don't know what's going to happen.
But it's whatever you make of it. It's all about your attitude.
Yeah.
To a degree. Obviously, we can't, not everybody's in control of their situation.
Yeah.
But he has some autonomy here. He has a good union opportunity there if he takes it. And if he says, hey, I can still work on my music on the side.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be his dad. He doesn't have to be a guy that's trapped in a nursing home and shits himself,
Right, and like a legend among that union. So the illusion there, I think, is that this dad wasn't around for his kids typically, or they were on a ship the whole time they're growing up. I would assume it was more the former. But yeah, he can still be his own person. He just needs to have an awakening that you can always find your way back home. Don't blow it. Don't treat those that extend the olive branch repeatedly, right? That forgive you repeatedly.
Yeah.
Don't shit on
them. I think he did that with Carey Mulligan's character. Of course, he found out that she slept with the guy just to get him the thing. So
sure, and she's definitely not a saint. I mean, she cheated on her man and with multiple people, and there's a moral grayness there, of course. But he can make the decision not to continue seeing her in that capacity, right?
Yeah.
And again, he's got a way out of this hand-to-mouth lifestyle. And I think that by the end, he kind of understands that.
Yeah.
And again, the whole moral is you can have all the talent in the world, but sometimes, whether it's circumstance or just plain bad luck or bad attitude, it's not always in the cards for you to be a star. And the guy
True.
that comes next, the guy that comes on stage next, who was it? It's Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah.
The guy that comes next may have a radically different experience.
True.
And sometimes it could be the Cosmos.
Yeah. It could be Bob Dylan. It could be the Soldier, you know.
Correct.
That Soldier was not going to have a career. Like, we never give him again.
Probably
He
not.
could have the exact same thing that happened to Llewyn. You know, could have had the exact same experience.
Yeah. The thing is, Llewyn had opportunities outside of the Merchant Marine Union if he wanted to. He could settle down and be a studio musician.
Yeah.
He was offered that.
He
by
could have.
Jim.
He could have gone to the girl that he knocked up, and like, cause he had a chance to go to Ackland, but when you saw him the driving, he's like, he's not gonna go.
And who knows? Maybe he will later.
Yeah.
Again, the movie takes place over a limited time. When he's driving back from Chicago, though, he sees those Akron signposts on the
Yeah.
freeway, and you can definitely tell in Oscar Isaac's face that he wants to go. Just a part
Maybe
of him
just-
wants to go see
maybe-
who the kid looks like.
Yeah,
Or
maybe just to see him, maybe not be a father, just like
just to
see his son.
Yeah.
You know,
I think any guy would want to do that.
Yeah.
Even if.
but he realizes that if he wants to succeed, he can't do that. So he's just
Correct.
So
So he's lost. I
He's
think
lost.
he's just lost in his own head, hence the name, perhaps, of the movie.
yeah,
It's just a brilliant character study. I'm
Yeah.
just going to go ahead and say it.
true.
I thought this was a brilliant character study.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
What should we talk about next? We just kind of...
We can talk about the music a little bit. Did we get into that a little bit? Well, all the music's great, of course. It was mostly inspired by the life of a guy named Dave Van Vock. He's like he was kind of like a poet laureate back then. You know, like he was the musician. You know, he wasn't really famous, but everybody knew him. He played with like everybody, like Bob Dylan, Peter Paul, Mary, all those guys. You know, he was the guy that was coming out of New York. Everybody listened to, but it's not inspired by his life. Inspired by his music. You know,
Sure.
very heartfelt, very open, and things like that. You know, I would say like each song that Llewyn Davis sings is beautiful. It sucks, isn't it? Like the kind of the point that like, please, Mr. Kennedy, we remember that song the most, and like we don't really remember Llewyn Davis songs that well, even though they are very beautiful songs.
Because
And
it's digestible lyrics.
digestible lyrics, it's catchy.
Repetition.
yeah,
You know what's another direct comp from our show?
yeah,
Is the Beach Boys parody from oh my gosh, what was it? The Phantom of the Paradise.
yeah.
Remember the Beach Bums or
Yeah,
whatever?
Beach Bums, yeah.
That's exactly and that is what's again so brilliant about that scene is not only does that song work as like a joke
Yeah.
against the the novelty song industry or just the kitschiness of pop music, but excuse me, it also works in that like when they're warming up with the song, it sounds so goofy. They're trying to figure out how many times do I have to stutter the P?
Yeah.
Please. It sounds so silly, but when they actually play it, it's so polished and produced, and
Yeah.
that is the hallmark.
Yeah, because
of
Phantom of
pop.
the Paradise, like who's gonna listen to a rock opera about Faust, you know?
Right.
And he was and Paul Williams is right. Like who's gonna nobody's gonna listen to it.
Those movies
Yeah.
have very similar. These
Yeah,
movies have very
and
similar.
to be
themes.
honest, nobody's gonna listen to Llewyn Davis. I mean,
Right.
Some people, some people probably like, oh, this is a great song and stuff like that, but it's not really memorable.
He's great
you know.
if you want to have some coffee and cigarettes in a 1961 Greenwich Village cafe.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Oscar Isaac's got a beautiful voice.
It's true, yes.
He plays the guitar very well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're poetry. Again, I had the subtitles on, which really helped, because otherwise I don't think I would have picked up a lot of what he was saying.
Yeah.
It's very poetic prose in those songs, and I highly recommend watching with the subtitles to get that. It's poetry.
Yeah.
And again, that's not for the mainstream.
Yeah, I kind of
unfortunately.
consider it like Pinkerton, Louis' album, Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was a failure when it came out. Everybody did not like it. There were weird songs, very personal songs. There were chromos. It's like it's showing like the inner soul of himself. It's very ugly, very weird, very perverted.
Well,
Even
yeah.
that, yeah. But throughout time, people have loved that album. That's one of my favorite albums of all time
Sure.
because it is so open. It's so ugly. It's his feelings. But I can see why it failed. It was a very personal album about his experience of being lonely, him experience of being a rock star he never thought it would be, his hoardiness, a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah.
And the songs weren't as catchy as the ones that they released before in the Blue album because they produced it themselves, and it's really weird tempos and really weird backing vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I understand that, and I kind of see it that way in this film. It's just like these songs are very personal about either the death of his songwriter or his family or his father and stuff like that, and that's beautiful music, and it is. is it the most memorable music? No. And people are going to remember. I mean, Please Mr. Kennedy is going to be a hit maybe for one year maybe, but it's not going to be like one of the greatest songs of all time. No, of course not.
Outer
Space. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's meant for a live audience that is of similar mind, I think.
Yeah,
a similar sense.
Yeah, it's based off a song called "Please, Mr. Cruster." Also, very other songs, but no one remembers "Please, Mr. Cruster."
No.
Only people who do is like people from 1960 who they appeared on like American Bandstand or something for like that 1 month or that 1 week, and then they disappeared. But it's gonna make them some money where they can last off. I mean, like I said, like his name was James and Jane, right? That was the names or something like
Jim
that.
and Jean.
Jim and Jean, yeah. They're gonna go to suburbia. Like it's like he's just gonna become like a session musician or something. You know, he's not gonna become a hit maker no matter what. Like, he's gonna live a comfortable life and that's it. And Llewyn Davis wants more than that. He wants to be an artist. So
on his own terms.
On his own terms,
and
but
that's understandable and it's admirable in a way.
Yeah.
But I can't blame Jim. Eventually, you have to settle down and you have to find out how to make a living. For
yeah, like Adam Driver, he's exactly like Llewyn Davis. I mean, the exact scene when like he has the stack of Mike and Llewyn records, and then he tries to hide it, and then he goes underneath the lamp table, and then he sees Adam Driver's records.
Yeah,
it's like exactly the same.
It's
like same. He's in the exact same position. Maybe Adam Driver, I don't know what he's gonna do. Maybe it'll be the exact same for Adam Driver, or maybe he'll be more, become a session musician. I don't know what's gonna happen to Adam Driver, but it really shows like this is what I love about this movie. It's like they showed the failure.
Yeah.
They showed the one person that the one of the millions of people who tried something and failed.
Yeah.
They showed it. You know.
And we are so trained to see the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna see like exactly like I said, like halfway through this movie, I'm like, this guy's not gonna see it. Like especially, let's talk about the major scene. The major scene is when he auditions for F. Murray Abraham's character, whose name is I actually have it for the first time, Albert Grossman. Yeah. Which is based on Albert Grossman. I'm sorry, his name's not Albert Grossman. Bud Grossman. Yes. Yep. He's based off actually Albert Grossman, who ran the Gate of Horn Club in Chicago and managed Bob Dylan, Peter, Paul and Mary, and Janis Joplin. Mm-hmm. So we see it in that scene. Like this is the big moment. Like he's gonna sing this beautiful song, and we expect like this guy to be amazed by it. But halfway through, you're just like, he's not gonna take it. You see it in his face, like he thinks it's beautiful too, but he knows like this is not gonna sound.
He's anything.
He's a businessman. He knows this. He's seen 1,000 kids like him. He's seen 1,000 people like him. Is like you can sing, but you don't have the thing we need you to sell. Mm-hmm. So, and like Llewyn Davis doesn't like swear at him or anything like that, or have this moment like, I'll show you. He just like, yeah, I accept it, and then that's the end of him. He's just like, it's over.
See, and again, he gets offered that role as a studio musician. He says,
yeah,
no, I'm good.
Also, no, he also asked for like being a group, and he's like, no. Yeah. And we understand why he did it. That's one of the also main things. Yes, he is a jerk. Yes, he's fucked himself over plenty of times, but we understand why. He's going through a lot. His partner, who he thought he was going to be obsessed with, died horribly. I guess he had a shit childhood. Nobody really likes him. Like the woman he loves hates him. Yeah. Yeah, because it is very cool because she's just like, I gotta abort this child because it could be yours.
Could be yours.
Yeah, and I was gonna waste a child because it's you. And it's like, damn.
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, that's cold. And even though he did something wrong, like he's just like, Jesus Christ, like this.
You still want him to succeed.
Yeah.
Between Oscar Isaac's performance and just the writing of the character, you still want him to succeed, but you have to acknowledge like this guy is. Like, and that's the thing. It's only a week or so that this movie takes place. There is absolutely all the potential in the world for him to become a better man.
Yeah.
And to figure life out. And I think by the end of the movie, I certainly hope he does.
Yeah.
Right? I want Llewyn Davis to find happiness and success.
Yeah.
However he can.
True. Whether it be a musician, whether it be a father, whether it be just him just being happy with.
But
life.
he does need to adjust his way of viewing things at the time. You know.
True.
Okay. It's beautiful. It's a good story.
It is a good story, yeah. Let's see. What else can we talk about this film? We talked about the music. The acting. The acting's amazing. Oh, we can talk about John Goodman. I think John Goodman represents like what he could be. You know.
Yes. Somebody.
Like he's assessed, but he's not really assessed. I mean, John Goodman maybe was assessed a little bit back in the 1930s or 40s or something like that. But
and he's coasting off of that.
He's coasting off of that. He just has this beat poet who he probably hired. Just like drive him around.
He's hopelessly addicted to heroin.
Yeah, you know, can't walk. Yeah, it's just I think that's a way of showing it. Like, yeah, you could be a success, but you're not going to be happy. You know?
Yeah, and on the car ride when he's not in much of it, but when they're on the road trip and they're speaking, I mean, he shits all over Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
His name's Roland Turner, and he shits all over him. Oh, you had a partner. He jumped off a bridge. I don't blame him. You know, he's just
who jumps off the George Washington Bridge? He jumps off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. He's just a total asshole. This is before you find out that he's a heroin addict, but just braggadocious about himself. Oh, I'm into Santeria, and I learned all this voodoo stuff in New Orleans, and he's very much about himself. And I think you're right. He's kind of what Llewyn Davis could be. Somebody that had maybe some mild success, but is coasting off of that, is hopelessly, victim to his own vices, right?
Yeah.
And somebody who, frankly, to feel better about himself, needs to A, shoot heroin, and B, shit on the younger people.
Yeah,
kind of is my read of that.
Yeah.
Garrett Hedlund's character, Johnny Five, is a man of few words.
True.
He is apparently a beat poet. I didn't even catch that during the viewing.
No, I can only hear him. I should have put on the.
Yeah, I'm glad I had those on again. At one point he does kind of like recite a little poem.
Yeah.
But otherwise he's just very closed off.
Yeah, very antisocial.
He's chain smoking the whole drive, and Llewyn asks him to bum a smoke, and he says, "I'm out," and then immediately lights another cigarette. I struggle to find if there's a justification for this character other than just
he's just a weird character.
Why wouldn't they have another foil? Why wouldn't this be a road trip? It's a practical road trip. These guys need each other for gas money. That's how this is established. That's why these three are riding
Maybe he's
together.
just another obstacle. Like you think he's gonna go to Chicago like smoothly, but once again, sometimes it's out of his control. Johnny Five, unfortunately got arrested. Probably shouldn't have got arrested, but the guy saw him and was like, "This guy's a hippie. I'm just gonna."
Yeah, give him a hard time.
Give him a hard time.
Yeah, there's no no.
Yeah,
real
and that's another
charge.
option for him. That's another option of happiness. He could keep the cat, and just like.
Oh,
that's just like a little bit of happiness. I'm not saying the cat's going to change his life. But that's like a little bit of something that could, just give him some happiness. But he's left the cat with John Goodman, who my guess is dead. He's going to die.
Most likely.
He's dead. So
he
he's
started
dead.
overdosing at that restaurant. In the restaurant bathroom. I will say I did not like when Llewyn left the cat in the car.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was like the one irredeemable thing in my book. I don't know because like
there were cats.
Well, just any animal. That animal can't open the door. You left him in there.
Maybe because that was like his only closure. That was his only friend.
Probably.
He didn't have mostly anything else, but he had the cat.
Well, again, it's him pushing someone else away.
True.
That was there for him. And I love the use of cats because cats, I've grown up with them. I've always typically had a cat. And the funny thing about cat ownership is that you give them all this stuff, shelter, food, water, warmth, whatever.
Yeah.
And depending on the cat's sensibility, they'll give you nothing.
Yeah, true.
And that's kind of what Llewyn Davis is. And
that's true. He is kind of like a cat. They gave him everything that he possibly.
He comes and goes as he pleases.
Yeah, he comes and goes as he pleases.
Cat,
he begs for stuff, but then afterwards he doesn't say thank you or anything like that.
He'll
claw you.
He'll heckle people in your cafe.
He'll scream at you if you sing his song. Or,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He finds it hard to show his affections for people, or I think he has affections for those close to him. But again, I think sometimes his emotions get in the way, and so I think that's kind of an interesting parallel.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a cat in that sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
Funniest thing though, the Coens were like, Joel said the film doesn't really have a plot, so they just threw in a cat.
I know that's really funny because again, I thought it was like, oh, the cat's got to be like how he is. He's like a cat, afraid to show affection for people. And I read that quote too.
Yeah, it was like they're doing a cat. This is
Just
they really had that thought, but it's like we need something. So like, what if he's like a cat? Like he's kind of like a cat, right? I was like, let's just give him a cat, and we like, give him a cat. Yeah, cat actually was a nightmare on set. They said so. Yeah, so
yeah. As a multiple time cat owner, I can tell you there is no way you are bringing a cat on a subway. No. There's no way that you are bringing in a cat on a road trip and having it just sit on your lap the whole time. They are wild animals.
True.
They really are still wild animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think is that mostly it? Because I'm trying to think of we can talk about his father. We can talk about his family.
Sure. So he's got his sister Joyce and
Yeah.
her son.
Yeah. But like, I think we gotta talk about like the merchant marines himself. I don't really know what I guess this like seamen who this go on ships and
seafaring
men.
union.
So I think that shows like, no matter what, like he's gonna be unhappy, and like if he goes to his safety net or like seriously, he's gonna be happy because he sees his father. He tries to sing him a song. He sings him a song very beautifully, but
He might not be able to speak. He shits himself.
Yeah, he shits himself. You know, just like maybe I don't know what exactly that means. Maybe it means like it doesn't matter. You know who you're playing to. It's just gonna.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe it's a jab at criticism.
Yeah, it's just like, and it was just like a thing that's like he's not gonna be happy if he's gonna live the life of his father.
Right. He's
also,
afraid he'll end up like
so he's
that.
so he's got to find either something else now. Like,
well, and this is another brilliant thing. The movie gives you all these clues without beating you over the head. Anytime he's talking to someone from his union, they say, "Oh, are you
Hugh's son?
Yeah, are you his son?" And you can just tell this guy was a hardworking legend among that union, which probably means he didn't have much time for his kids, right? And that is, again, that's another struggle for him. Is, do I want to do the practical lifestyle of being being a worker?
But he shows like what happens to practical lifestyle. You know, this guy may be a legend in his union. He may be a great guy. You know, he paid for beers when the crew was drinking.
It could be, though. It
could be, but
it could be a life that he enjoys, or he could find a way to make it pay his bills now.
Yeah.
Keep working on his.
Yeah.
He's still a young man, and that's the thing.
That's true.
It's not a zero sum.
Yeah, or it could be he could be exactly like his father, who probably was emotionally distant from him, not really spending enough time, end up in a nursing home where he shits himself. So that could be another option.
We have the ability, if we give ourselves if we put in the effort, to overcome that kind of generational trauma. You know what I mean?
True.
Be better than our parents.
True. But we also could become like that also. So.
We could, but the fear of that shouldn't keep you from living and doing what's right in that moment. And at this time, what his lifestyle is not sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, he's still living shit now, so like
he's living hand to mouth, and he's couch surfing every night.
Yeah.
Can't
like
do
a
that
cat.
long term. Like a cat, yeah.
Yeah.
His sister has a good line when she says, what's wrong with just existing? Because like she's very clearly living that kind of lifestyle where
she has maybe a husband. We don't see him, but
we don't see, or maybe she's got a
but
job.
she has a comfortable lifestyle. You know, he's living in the house that her parents had. You know, and they moved the father into a nursing home or something like that. Yeah,
she's practical. Hey, I can't afford a palace, but I have a shelter, and I'm thankful for it. She seems grateful, whereas he is not content with what that lifestyle is at this time.
Because I think every dreamer has. You know, everybody's like, you want to become famous. They want to be better than they are.
You have to have some discontent to be special.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In a way, you have to have some discontent, and that is totally fine. And again, I think that all these characters, they all have a purpose, and they fulfill it so well without being like heavy-handed about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even if I can't tell what Johnny Five is necessarily doing, I'm glad he's there. Mm-hmm. This is what the Coen brothers excel at, though. Are these just one-off, weird, one-scene characters that they have so much life to them, like his original agent's secretary.
Yeah.
There's so much banter between the agent.
I really thought his agent was animated. I thought he was literally a cartoon. I was like, I'm not joking. I'm not saying he was like an animated person. I think the Coen brothers really animated a person into this movie, and he was the manager.
Like Take On Me style.
Yeah, because I was seeing it, I was like, is that guy a 3D animated thing? I'm like, he doesn't look real.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I believe he was a real individual.
I know, yeah.
His name was Mel. He was played by Jerry Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who does not have his own Wikipedia page, so maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
So I was looking at it, I was like, that's like a... He looks like somebody from The Incredibles or something. Like
he does look a little uncanny.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how to put my finger on it, but he does look a little uncanny.
Yeah.
But all those characters, again, it's a Coen Brothers thing where they inject so much life into a 2-hour movie that like this world just feels lived in. It feels like it's 1961 Greenwich Village. I've never been to Greenwich Village, nor have I been to 1961.
True.
So kudos to them.
Yeah.
They are always great about filling up the screen.
Definitely. Okay, well, I guess that's the whole movie, right?
Let's just get into final thoughts. If people are going to watch it after all this praise, then that's on them.
Yeah, true. Okay, I guess I'll go first. I came into the movie blank. I was just surprised how well it was. it was a hero's journey. It was the Odyssey. It was. I mean, did he change that much? I don't know. I think he did. You know, he went through all these changes and realized his life's shit, and he's just like, okay, it's over. I'm gone. Like, this is the final thing that happened to me. I got the shit kicked out of me about the husband of a girl, I think from Arkansas, an old lady from Arkansas who's just playing the harpsichord, and just like, I'm done. Au revoir. You know, he may never sing again. You know, and you know, I think it goes. I don't know. I just love that it showed. This is the one movie that showed like the one person, one of the million people that failed. You know, because once again, I expected it to be like any other movie, like, oh, he's down on his luck, everything's going bad for him. But you know, that one audition changed everything, but it didn't. You know, and that's life. That could happen. You know, this is even though it's the movies, and the movies are supposed to make dreams a reality, but in real life it doesn't. And he's talented, he can sing, but he just doesn't have the thing to make you a star. And we see with Bob Dylan, at the very end, he has the thing. Like, he can be deep and emotional, and he can be political and all that stuff, but he can make a tune. He can make it. His voice is very unique. That he just has that ick factor that we all just love and see. That's why Bob Dylan is still famous today. That's why he's still a legend. You know,
Had a major biopic come out about him last
Yeah.
year with a major leading man.
had multiple movies come out about him.
Yeah, true.
Had multiple decades of music, you know, books written about him and stuff like that. Because he just has that ick factor, and he's just one of the people. I mean, you know, we want to follow our dreams, and we don't know what they are, and maybe we do, but you know, we could fail. You know, that's a possibility, and you know, we just gotta find our happiness the way we are going to. You know, maybe you do fail, but you got another chance to find another way of happiness, and that's kind of what Llewyn Davis at the very end is like. It's like, I'm done with this. I gotta find something else, and yeah. But yeah, that's what I liked about this movie, and once again, it was funny. All the characters are great. Adam Driver's the unsung hero. He's the Red Buttons MVP of this movie.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, he's very little of it, but like you can see like the parallels between him and Llewyn Davis are such there. I mean,
Yeah, and you still believe that these guys might have similar circumstances, but I bet you they handle them in completely different ways.
that's true. You know, I mean, Adam Driver has a girlfriend. Maybe he loves his girlfriend. Maybe they're gonna get married. Maybe, you know, it won't work out for him. Well, it won't work out for him, but maybe he'll find some. He'll still be happy.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't know. And we don't know what's going to happen to Llewyn Davis. He could be a miserable bastard the whole time. He could be John Goodman. We don't know. Or he could, you know, maybe he finds a new job. You know, maybe he doesn't join the Merchant Marines. Maybe he can't get that money. Maybe he finds something else. But maybe he goes back to that girl Dawn that he impregnated 2 years ago that he didn't know he had a kid. Maybe he goes in their lives or something. I don't know. But, you know, he's going to find something and he's going to be happy about it. Unfortunately, folk music's not going to be it, but you know, maybe he'll find something else. Yeah. So I would give this about 4.5 out of 6 stars.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said, basically. Every component about this movie works very well to me. I wouldn't really change anything. And I do think that at the end of the day, what is so strong about the narrative is, again, it is a hero's journey, but it is a failure. But what it shows and what it highlights is that this is only a very small part of his life. He is still a blank slate. Like you said, he can go to Akron. He can go to the Merchant Marines. He could be a career seaman there. He could do it for part-time, save up money, and then pursue his dream of music another time. He might have a completely different perspective. He might be interested in just saying, listen, I'll play these gigs at the cafe, and then during the day I'll be a studio musician.
Maybe he could be a songwriter. You know, I don't know.
He's a blank slate.
Yeah.
This is a great lesson for anybody. You know, and I used to be afraid of failure more so than I am now.
True.
You're gonna fail in life.
Yeah.
Fail. Just don't ever make the same failure twice.
True.
Don't make the same mistake twice, because guess what? That's how you grow.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck up, and he fucks up a lot in this movie. He gets kicked down a lot. I'll keep it short and sweet. I loved this movie. It exceeded my every expectation. I would absolutely watch this again. I'm going to give it a 5.75 out of 6.
Damn.
Only docking it because of the cat scene.
Okay.
But again, ratings are meaningless. Go watch it yourself.
Yeah.
I could not recommend this movie more.
That's good.
High marks. Yeah.
Way to go. Okay, so that was Inside Llewyn Davis. Fun facts, so we already said them, so there's nothing much into it. I guess we're going to the awards section of what's happening. This was nominated for 2 awards. Best Achievement in Cinematography and Best Achievement in Sound and Mixing for the Academy Awards. It lost both to Gravity, which I understand why.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually
That definitely, I think that won like all the visual effects awards
Yeah.
for the Oscars that year. Sound. That's the sound. Cinematography, sound mixing, all the visual stuff. I don't know what I'm saying.
No.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
yeah. Unfortunately, this was not nominated for any. This was not nominated for Best Picture. Very heavy year this year. Very good year. It's 12 Years a Slave,
Ooh,
which won.
movie.
American Hustle, which is like the last
Oh, yeah.
before David O. Russell got canceled. That was like
Yeah.
his big movie. Yeah. Captain Phillips,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska,
Wow.
Philomena, and The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wow, that's a hell of a year.
Hell yeah.
That's a hell of
So
a
you
year.
kind of see why I didn't get nominated, but
Oh, my gosh.
definitely. Yeah. Okay. Top 10 films of 2013 were Iron Man 3, which I assume is the best Iron Man.
I still prefer the first one. The third one has grown on me in the years since. It's very different. It's
Yeah.
very much about his PTSD and his his mental health.
Yeah.
It's very different, but it's grown on me.
The Hunger Games: Catching Fire, which I believe was the first one.
That's the second one.
The second one.
First one's just called The Hunger Games.
Okay. Yeah. Despicable Me 2, Man of Steel.
Okay.
Number 4. Number 5, Monsters University. Number 6, Frozen. 7, Gravity. 8, Fast and Furious 6. 9, Oz the Great and Powerful. And 10, Star Trek Into Darkness,
Okay.
which was the second one, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That was the
Speaking
one
of
with...
Star Trek. I have to make the connection. Mitch Gorfine, the professor
Yeah.
character, was played by Ethan Phillips, who played Neelix on Star Trek Voyager.
That's cool.
I'm sorry, I almost forgot to mention.
His wife was one of the witches in Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Yes.
And she was in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
The episode where she cuts in line, or she's abusing herself.
Oh, yes,
her
the sample
sampling
lady,
privileges
yes.
at the ice cream shop. Yeah.
I just watched the clip of Larry the Ass Man. It's like, you an ass man, Larry? Like,
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
But sorry to derail that.
Yeah.
You mentioned Star Trek Into Darkness. That is the
That's true.
second one.
That's the one without sabotage, which
It does not have to. That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
The other two do.
I
Yeah.
kind of like the sabotage moment. I know people hated it. It's like, this is not Star Trek. Like, Star Trek does not have sabotage by Beastie Boys in it.
It would probably bother me if I got into Star Wars at an earlier age, or Star
Yeah.
Trek at an earlier age. That trilogy's never really bothered me because it established itself as an alternate timeline. And
Yeah,
when you
it's
do
true.
that, you have carte blanche. in
Yeah,
my
it's
book.
true. I did like it when it came back in the third one, though. I think that fit it well. But yeah, I understand why people would be pissed off about it. I'm like, this is not Star Trek. This is an action movie. What's going on? Yeah. Out of the 200 films, I guess on Box Office Mojo, it ranked 167.
Okay.
It only made about $33 million at the box office of a budget of $11 million, so it made its money back. I think it achieved it. It was somewhat of a success because I think you doubled the budget of that, so it's $22 million. So it's $10 million profit, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I believe how it works. Let's get to my favorite Letterboxd reviews of it. This got a 4.0 stars on Letterboxd. Favorite reviews. Excuse me, I am homeless. I am. Sorry. I gotta do my John Mulaney voice. Excuse me, I am homeless. I'm bisexual. I have depression, and I'm new in town. That was by Ken.
That was
5
very
stars.
good.
Yes.
That was very good.
All right, my other one. Excuse me, but why can't it be Llewyn Davis inside me? By Stevie, 4.5 stars. And sometimes all you need is to get through your day is Adam Driver making horse noises and singing the words "outer space."
That is so true.
By Will, 4 stars.
That was I was very, very audibly laughing out loud during that scene.
Yeah.
It is brilliant.
Uh-oh.
It's so damn funny.
Yeah.
Oh
good.
man.
Okay, so that was Inside Llewyn Davis. That's our second to last film, and now we're going to do a final film, I believe, right?
Yes.
Because we did, what was the other Coen Brother movie?
The Hudsucker Proxy.
We watched The Hudsucker Proxy, we did that one, and so it's The Man Who Knew Too Much, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's going to be an interesting one, because that's I believe that's not like a failure in the eyes of the Coen Brothers. I think that's considered a good movie, but not one of the most popular ones, because that was right before The Big Lebowski, and also, we'll get into this a little bit during the show next time, but The Big Lebowski wasn't like a hit right out of the gate. It was
No.
no.
It definitely was a a cult.
But it got critical acclaim, but not like financial success, though. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, yeah, it's known as a big cult classic. And The Man Who Knew Too Much was
Yeah.
that's a Hitchcock movie. I'm trying to think I totally forgot what the hell this movie's called. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell is this damn movie? The Man Who Wasn't There.
The Man Who Wasn't There. Okay, sorry.
And actually, this is post Lebowski.
Post Lebowski, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yes, we are going to review next time The Man Who Wasn't There. I'm excited about it. I think Billy Bob Thornton's in it. You know,
yep,
great collaborators with the Coen Brothers, of course, and also Sam Raimi and stuff like that.
Yep.
So that's going to be exciting.
James Gandolfini,
yeah.
Tony Shalhoub, John Polito.
Ooh, it's going to be good.
Joe. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be good. After that, it was Intolerable Cruelty, which is like not really that, like definitely like the lower Coen Brothers. And then it was Lady Killers, which was just like bomb. Nobody liked it. It was bad. And then after that was the big Oscar hit. You know, it was Old Country for Old Men that really certified that the Coen Brothers were like auteurs of our generation, their generation. You know. Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting. The Man Who Wasn't There, right?
Yes.
The Man Who Wasn't There. For next time, folks.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, folks. And okay, well that's it. Hope you enjoy our show. If you like us, please follow us on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. I'm still not going on iTunes. I'm not paying $20. I already pay so much for other stuff. I'm not doing it.
Nope.
I'm not doing it, damn it.
I support you.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. We have a Twitter and Facebook, but I think we're going to stop posting on it because, one, I forgot the password.
Yeah.
And two, nobody's on Facebook or Twitter anymore. So, no.
We'll figure out other ways to communicate with you. I'm an MBA now. I'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out. Yeah, definitely. But if you still want to follow it, you can. I'm going to try to post on it, but I probably won't.
It's probably hawking Chinese knockoff equipment now. We probably got hacked.
Probably got suspended again. I got suspended for one of my accounts. Probably got suspended this one for some reason. I don't know why.
You're a bad man.
I'm a bad man. That's why. Johnny Five. I'm a bad man. Yeah. So thanks for listening, guys. I'm Mo. Outer space.
And I'm TJ. I got nothing.
You got nothing again?
I got nothing, man.
I think that's how you should end the show every time. Just like, I got nothing.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. See you, everybody. Let's have Robert Mitchum play us out. See ya.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.